Something creative other than work. How important do you think it is?
Do the work, will not worry about the result. Even doing like 1% improvement from the last time, that's, and over the period of time you will see that domino effect.
What do you think is the point of life?
These days people are not getting bored, and that's really important. uh, and that boredom helps you to explore new things. All your focus isn't just looking in one direction. You will not look at the same problem in the other direction.
What is this concept of passion and for a regular person?
I was not good at it, and then I kind of hated it. And then when I actually invested time and effort, like I felt really good. And then I thought, yeah, this is my passion. Like I have to do this more and more. You don't become passionate about a thing that you are not good at.
Hi Abhi. Hey. uh, I think this is the first time we are talking in person. I wanted to do this because I wanted to learn about, there is some selfishness involved in this. I wanted to learn how to talk with strangers. I never talk with strangers open-heartedly. So that's why during the whole process, when you used to communicate with you, I never even texted you. He sent me your phone number and your email address, but I never texted you because I wanted to just try an experiment like this. How free can I talk with a person without any contact? So please don't mind that I didn't get in contact with you.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a good experiment that you're doing. And for me, I don't feel like you are a stranger, because I've heard your name from Venu a lot, and like I kind of have heard stories with you and Venu, and I've seen your videos. So you don't seem like a stranger for me.
Thank you so much. Yes, and for me and for the people watching this or listening this, we'll just have a short 1 minute introduction from yourself, about you. So you started in Karnataka, grew up in Karnataka, then moved to Kuppam, did your finished your higher schooling there, then went to Kuppam Engineering College.
I did my engineering only in Kuppam. I did not do my 11th and 12th.
Oh yeah, that was in Jain, right? Yeah, I remember.
That was in Jain College. That was in KGF.
Yes. Then KEC, then Chennai for job, then came back to Bangalore, and from Bangalore to US, and now currently
From Bangalore to Hyderabad. So I was there in Hyderabad for a year, and then to US.
okay, then Hyderabad, and from Hyderabad to US on job, and then marriage, and now a child. So congratulations.
So marriage was before moving to US. So yeah, that was back in Bangalore itself. So, and I got married, and then we were in Bangalore, fed up of traffic, and then we thought, okay, let's do something else. Let's go somewhere. And then we went to Hyderabad. So the main criteria when we moved to Hyderabad was like we have to stay like within 15 minutes.
Of the workplace. Yeah, good choice. And now how far is it?
Now, like when I moved to US, like initially I was in a place called Bismarck state. It's in North Dakota state. So like very less people have heard about the state North Dakota.
Okay, yeah.
So, and there it was just less than 5 minutes. Yeah, my commute was less than 5 minutes. And then it was COVID, like we were working from home, and during the time I moved to Missouri, that's another state, and there we were not commuting. And then I moved to Amazon, and then like I moved to Seattle, and then I didn't stay in Seattle, so I moved to a suburb, like I live in a place called Kirkland. And from there it takes about 45 minutes now. Now back to square one.
So how's it with the child going on?
Oh, it's a amazing experience. Like it's very different because you see a new life coming in and going through that process. It's amazing. Like I mean, you can't express it. Every day there is something new. She's learning something, so you kind of see, oh, this is how even we learned things, right? And then So like discovering the feet, like she didn't know that she had a feet. Like one day she discovers, oh, I have a feet, and then oh, this is my hand. It's
Nice.
amazing.
And that feeling that you get when you watch this in person, that's also that's also worth living for.
Yeah, and every day when she wakes up in the morning, she gives a big smile, and that's like amazing. Like
Nice, nice, nice. So that's about it, about you, and I want to explain a little bit about the thing that I'm doing right now. This podcast is called Unexceptional Perspective. So it's like everybody has a unique perspective in their own life, maybe unique stories or routine stories, but experiencing it in a unique way. So I wanted to showcase all the routine lives and and uniqueness inside our routine lives. That was my intention initially. We all see podcasts from all famous personalities and their point of views and all the value added talks and everything. But in routine mundane lives, I think there's a lot to learn from each other itself. So I wanted to explore that. Initially, I had my plan was just to talk with people about this. So I started talking and I felt okay, I'm doing something that's worth sharing with people, because everybody in this phase from 20 to 25 years of age, especially this age, people will have something or the other thoughts to explore or something like that. So I thought, yeah, let me just record the conversations and put it on YouTube. Whoever sees, and whoever doesn't, they don't. So that's the entire intention of Unexceptional Perspective.
do the work, we'll not worry about the result.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
There's a small caveat to that. Like,
Okay.
I started with the process of the same mindset initially, right? Like, we'll do the work, we'll put the thing out, and then we'll not worry about the result. But then I started incorporating one more thing. So that is like
Okay.
trying to look for feedbacks, like real good feedbacks, and then
Okay.
just trying to incorporate when I do the process, like the next time. So
Okay.
that kind of started improving like everything in my life. And like
Yes.
even doing like 1% improvement from the last time, that's and over the period of time you will see that domino effect.
Yes, definitely. Atomic habits.
Habits.
Yeah. True.
Yeah.
Starting from let's start from your YouTube channel. Your early days, around 10 years to 12 years back, you had a
Yeah.
YouTube channel and you used to teach tutorials on how to calculate stuff.
Stuff.
Okay, there is a there is a funny story behind that. So
Yes.
that was that was during my engineering time. It's like
Okay.
and then I was like just in the final year of my engineering, I started preparing for GATE, and some of the concepts like which I spent time to learn, and then if I don't go back to that concept about for 2 months or like 1.5 months, then I'll forget about it. So what I thought was like, hey, I've spent a lot of time like understanding this. Let me just make a video, teach it to myself. So
Okay.
so all like I had so many videos. I had like 50, 60 videos where I taught things to myself. Like, and then
Okay.
I was saying to myself, hey, you know what? This is how it is. This is what I understood. This is what I thought, but the book said this and all that stuff. And out of that 50, 60 videos, I had just 4 or 5, which was like neatly done. So those 4 or 5, like initially I had all 50, 60 into YouTube. Like I thought like nobody's going to see my channel or anything. Let me just have it in case because in those days you had very less memory in your phone. so,
Yes. Yes.
so I was just uploading everything to YouTube, and then later I made it private, and like all of these people started watching this.
Yes, the early videos has some 10K or 12K videos on 10K views on each of the tutorial thing. Yeah.
So the ambiguous grammar video, it's like the top performing video in my channel, and that was like Google. If you Google ambiguous grammar, it was in the first page of Google results for a really long time.
Yes. So you uploaded the videos because you wanted to learn.
Yeah, it was just like instead of uploading it to Google Drive, I was just uploading it to YouTube so that I can just watch it whenever I want.
And then after 2020, I believe, you again started, we both started YouTube channel at the same time, restarted, right? I saw one video where you go to the Total store or something to get the thing changed for the car.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Auto
You
parts,
had
yeah.
a tutorial. Yes.
And then the talking heads. Yeah. Why that point you wanted to start again?
So at that point, it was probably 2020. I started during COVID. So we were all at home. We scared to go out and don't know what to do. And then I was like looking at some things, and then I suddenly thought, okay, I have a YouTube channel. And then I said, okay, let me do something. Okay, let me start doing that again. Let me start actually making YouTube videos. And during COVID, I was watching a lot of YouTube. Like I was looking at a lot of people. I was learning a lot of things. So I thought, okay, let me also do that. Like that will be a good hobby. Let me be a little bit of a producer rather than just being a consumer.
Yes.
So, and then my wife was studying at the time, like she was doing her master's. So she used to be out in college, and then she had picked up some work, like in the college campus. She was getting to do some work. So she was spending some time there. So I had some free time. So I thought, okay, how best I can use it? And I was working almost all day. So I wanted to do something else, like not work, but to still be creative while doing something else. So I thought, okay, this is a new thing. I have never done it. I have never put my face on, like, I've not done a talking head or anything like that. It's super uncomfortable, like sitting in a room with a camera where nobody is there and talking to the camera. It feels super weird, but we thought, okay, let me give it a shot. It's a skill. So, so that's how I started. Like, if you look at my videos when I restarted, initially it was like super boring. Like, I just had my like 10-year-old DSLR camera, and then I just started with that. And then slowly I started like improving like 1% every time. And then like my last few videos came out really, really well. It was like smooth, the edits are nice. Yeah, and then I picked up editing.
And the text animations.
Yeah, and I picked up editing. Editing is a good skill, right? So, and world needs lots of editors now because so many people are making content. And so I picked up editing. I kind of bought like Final Cut Pro and then started doing everything. Like it was fun to learn new things. So yeah, it was mostly for fun. And I thought, okay, if I can add like a little bit of value, then that would be helpful. So, and then few videos are really doing well. Like there was an incident. So in my team, like we had a new hire like last year, and then he actually said me like after joining the team that I watched your YouTube video like while preparing for the interview.
Oh wow.
So I had this like I had a video about data warehousing, and then I had videos about like dimensional modeling, fact tables, and all that. Like these are the basic concepts. But the thing is, we don't think about it on a regular basis. Like there are few dimensions and few facts that we regularly use, but most of the others don't come in on a regular basis. So like if somebody is preparing for an interview, you want to like just brush it up, like it's easy. So, and then when you search for that, like he got my video, and I was like, wow, like I'm joining this guy's team.
Wow, nice. That should be a very good feeling then.
Oh yeah, that was amazing. And lots of people reaching out to you. And I made a review about Product School. It was a
Yes,
yeah.
I watched the review.
Yeah, and like Product School tweeted about it, and Product School CEO like sent me messages, hey, that's nice, like I saw your video and all that stuff. That feels nice. Like I did not expect anything, but it yeah, they noticed.
Yeah, nice. You said a sentence in this conversation, in this previous conversation, that something creative other than work. How important do you think it is?
Very important. So what I have observed with myself, like I'll talk in my perspective. I don't know about like everybody, right?
Yes.
So with me, I have done I have tried few things to like refresh myself. Like one is obviously going to YouTube, watching some videos, or watching Netflix show. So but what happens is like if I'm working on a complex problem at office, and then I want to take a break, I watch like a 20-minute YouTube video, or I watch a Netflix show for 30 minutes or 1 hour in the evening. After watching the show, like while watching the show, I'm feeling great, but after watching the show, I'm like I don't have energy to go back to my work. So, and then I came across this concept like somebody was telling me that these days people are not getting bored, and that's really important.
Not getting bored. Okay. Oh, yeah, because of all constant consumption and
Yeah,
stuff.
so
Okay.
people are not getting bored. Like they're always consuming something. They always have something to look up to. So how often are you just staring at the wall and you don't know like what to do? Like it used to happen when we were kids, right? Like okay, my friend did not show up to play, and like okay, like now what to do? I'm like bored, and then you just sit, go around, like look for things. You don't know. You are really bored, and that boredom like helps you to explore new things. So that's what I felt. So either I should get bored, I'll not do anything, I'll just sit, and then I'll just play, like my mind starts playing like all the scenarios that happened or something, the thoughts are getting processed. I'll just get bored, or I'll do some creative thing. So I will. I used to write blogs a lot. And then I started writing blog. So and then that's one of my creative outlet. And since I'm writing the blog, I mean I already have a script. Then okay, then just make some YouTube videos. So that's how it started. But the creative outlet is because you still need to create, but it should not be. You should not have any pressure while creating it. So that's where you explore a different, like probably the part of your brain, and then you come out with something new. And many a times, what happens to me is when you're doing a creative process other than your work, I solve some of my work problems.
You solve some of the, you solve, one second, you solve some of the work problems when you're doing things other than work. Okay, because you see it in a fresh mind or something?
Yeah, because I what happens neurologically is like when you are focused on solving a problem and in a certain way, all your focus isn't just looking in one direction. You will not look at the same problem in the other direction. And when you allow your brain to either like get bored or relax or be creative in some other way, that part of the neuron starts connecting itself, and then they come up with a new solution. So
Oh, wonderful.
yeah.
This is something new.
And I was looking at and one other example that I was looking at is like why, like somebody will say like, hey, you are already working, why do you want to work again? Like creating a YouTube video looks like work, right? So I was listening to Max Verstappen's interview, the F1 driver, right? So he during F1 season he practices, like he is into the zone, like he's working on his actual driving. During his off season, he's playing F1 on his simulator.
Oh,
He's
okay.
yeah.
Okay. Instead of physically driving, he's playing a video game kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, and then he's trying to like he's still in the zone, but in a very different way. And then he does not have pressure there. Like he doesn't have to win in a simulation. So, so that still makes sense. Like you do something which you like, but without the pressure. So it's like that helps you rebuild your brain.
Yes. Wow. Very good answer actually. Yeah. It's a very unique take on what generally people do. Yeah. People feel that this is separate work than what we are working on the full-time job, and this is quite a good answer for ourselves basically.
Yeah.
I'm actually doing a research on this topic. I don't know how comfortable are you in talking about this. If you are not comfortable, let's skip it, but I'll just throw it out. What do you think is the point of life?
What do you think is the point of life? I don't think there is a point to life. I mean, we can give any sort of meaning, right? Like, I'm getting a quote in my head, so probably that will answer, like that will help me to articulate what I'm thinking. So, what is the point of dancing or singing, right? Singing is not about reaching the end. It's not about reaching.
Yes.
It's not about finishing the song, right?
Yes.
And it is also not about just staying in that one particular moment of the song. It is continuous. It has to be continuous. That only then you will call it a song. And it has to go through its ups and downs, and then it will have an end. So that's how I probably look at life, right? It's not, and for a song, every, like, if you listen to that song, you will give a different meaning in your head, and if I listen to it, I might. It depends on my background, what I've been through. Have I gone through a good day or a bad day? So somebody might listen to a sad song and feel happy, and somebody might listen to a sad song and feel even more depressed. So it's everybody will have their own meaning. So that is up to individuals. But life is almost like a song. But what I always think about life is like there are two things for sure. We are born. We will die. So
Yeah.
and that is at least we know that much about life. Even if we don't know how to lead a good life and all that stuff, it's fine. Okay, we know two things. Okay, starts from and I start my thinking from there most of the time. So like whenever I'm thinking about anything, there is always this end in mind that comes to my mind. Like I don't know why, but it has been there from a very long time. So I always think, I used to think initially when I was like probably during my college days, I used to think like, what is the point of life? Like we are going to die anyway. Whatever you do,
Yes.
like you win a Nobel Prize, you are going to die. Or you don't do anything, you be a beggar all your life, you will still die. So what is the point? So and then I realized, okay, I'm focusing too much on the end. So it's like a song. It's not about getting to the end. So yeah, I don't know. It's super difficult to articulate, but that's pretty much what I do. And what I think these days, like, and one more thing is, uh, we have to look at life in two different ways. One is like, okay, the entire life, like you start from your childhood and till your old age, and then you die, right? That is one way of looking at life. And also another thing is like we should not forget even this is our life. Like this moment is our life, and uh, if we do not like focus on this moment, we might be losing our life. It's not like losing this moment, it's actually losing our life. I i made a YouTube video about life, if I remember properly. So I said there are three things to life. Okay, so you have like if you go for a trip, so what you need is like you need some money to actually go around, right? And once like if you're on a trip and you lose all your money, then you're done with your trip, literally, whether you came back, whether you had a closure or nothing. So that currency is time. So you have limited amount of time, but you don't know how much you have. That's the catch. So you have time, and the second thing that is that we have is energy. Assume that you have so much time in the world, but you don't have energy. Like you're sitting, you can't even get up, right? So if you don't have energy, people put it as like you don't health. Health is actually energy. Like at the end of the day, it's like how energetic you are, how much you can function. So you have time, you have energy, and then I said third point is attention or focus. So
Okay.
I think when I think of life, it's like, okay, it's these three things, and forget everything else. If you don't have these three things, that means you don't have a life.
Uh huh. Okay, nice. Time, energy, and focus.
Yeah. So attention,
Yeah.
focus,
Yes. Attention,
attention, like
focus.
because assume that you have time, assume that you have energy, but you are scattered across. You can't do, like, you don't enjoy life. So only when you're focused on something uh, to an extent where you kind of lose yourself is probably we enjoy. So that's what my feeling is. Like it happens when you're coding. Like when I code, like I think probably like you Venu might have seen like me coding like for a long hours, even in my college days. Like I just do it overnight and then like the entire day. It's just that like it takes 30 to 40 minutes for me to get into that flow state, but when I'm there, I just lose myself. Like I'm just there. I don't have anything like any thought about myself or my problems or anything. That's like the amazing place to be in.
Nice, nice. So you go on working throughout.
I used to do that a lot. Like I used to pull all-nighters like very frequently. So my wife keeps telling like if I get a one night good sleep, and then she'll say, okay, now you will be up for two nights.
Yes.
Yes.
And about losing yourself, there's another way to lose yourself also. The one way is, as you said, concentrate into work and forget yourself and focus on work. Another one is not concentrating and not focusing on anything and losing yourself in the way.
Oh, that way. So that's like your interesting.
So if a person is in that state of mind or that situation, what should one basically not should what can one basically try and do to at least have a baseline, not an up and not an down, as you told, but
You're talking about losing the way, like he's
Yes.
doing things that he doesn't really want to do, but he's just like just doing in like join the masses and then just going where they're going,
yeah,
right?
yes.
What one can do. Interesting. It like I'll tell what I did probably. So let me think of a scenario from my. This is something I started doing long back. So I started writing my diary from probably when I was in 11th or 12th standard,
Okay.
like first PUC, second PUC, because suddenly I wanted to have a way to process my thoughts. So I started writing diary. So that is when I start. Until then, I was just going where, like, I was scattered. So, so that was then when I started writing my thoughts. Then I thought to myself like, hey, what I really want to do, what are my interests, like what do I want to be, and all that stuff. So unless you want to do something, like you really want to get something done, you can't really focus.
Yes.
So first thing is probably understanding like what you really need and where do you want to invest your energy, because you have just 24 hours in a day, and then in that you have limited energy. Where you want to go. So I spent my energy like going around with friends, doing all the whatever the college kids do, doing all that, and it's like at the end of the day, it's like you're still not fulfilled. Like, oh, like I've spent so much energy, like chatted with friends, like day in and day out. So that is something. Okay, to give you the steps, probably think of like understanding yourself, spending some time understanding yourself, and then probably having a goal and trying to achieve that goal. And the interesting part is your goal is not important.
Yes, as you said, eh, the song, listening to the song bit, yeah.
The goal is not important, and it's a very good. It's very good to have a goal that you're very much want to achieve. But the person you become in process of achieving the goal is what you get out of it.
There'll be a new version of yourself.
Yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and with the new version, so I have a joke. Like I have a close friend
Yeah.
called Aditya. So we keep
Okay.
he keeps telling me that, and like when you listen about my life stories from my school days, like up till 10th standard, you will feel like it's a completely different story. It's a completely different person. And
Okay.
my first PUC and second PUC, like, and then that was from a different place. And like up till 10th standard, I was in Bhadravati in Karnataka. And then first PUC and second PUC, I was in KGF. That is it's also in Karnataka, but it's a border, right? So
Yes.
what I was up till 10th standard, and that person is completely different from what I was in first PUC and second PUC. And what I was in first PUC and second PUC is like completely different from what I was in my engineering. So
Yes.
if my friends from my school days and my PUC days and then my engineering days, if my friends meet and talk about me, they'll feel like they're talking about different persons.
I can actually relate to you in this aspect. I have a group of friends from school, from PUC, from engineering, and now at work. All of them meet and talk, but it's like having different and it's also for you. I mean, for me, it's like watching my entire life in front of me when all of them meet and talk together. Yes, that different version thing is so real.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're not a different version, and if you're, that means maybe you're not growing. Like you have to grow, and you have to take the beating of life and then learn from it and then keep going.
Yes, yes, definitely, definitely. Changing over the topic, another question I often get is, what is passion according to you? And should one have passion? Goals are fine, achieving something or whatever life throws at you, you do things and you achieve. But what about passion? Everybody is not a Sachin Tendulkar or a Virat Kohli. Uh, but what is this concept of passion and for a regular person?
Yeah, I I'll take my perspective of passion. So, uh, like people who know me like knows I love coding. Like even if I'm free, I'm developing something for myself or somebody. So that has been my passion, and how I arrived at that is very interesting. So
Okay.
in my first PUC and second PUC, my subject combinations were PCME. Like you have BiPC and MPC, right? Like in Andhra, in Karnataka, you have four subjects: physics, chemistry, maths, and the final, like you can either choose biology or statistics or electronics or computer science, things like that. So I chose electronics because I wanted to go in electronics, and then I want to be an electronics engineer and all that stuff. I wanted that. So, and then soon after my PUC, and then I was kind of forced to take computer science. So I did not do well in my 12th, and then my parents chose, okay, now let's, and then my parents spoke to few people, and I said, okay, put him to computer science engineering. So that's the thing he's going to study. And then I did not have any say, and then I hated it. Like
Okay.
first few months in college, like I hated it. I didn't want to be a software engineer. So, but things started changing when I started learning C programming. So that's how I discovered, hey, I think I enjoy this. And then I wrote one program. And then the first time I wrote the Hello World program, I had goosebumps. I don't know why.
Okay.
And then it's like, wow. And then I did a calculator thing, like a small program. And I'm like, man, for to calculate something, you have to write so many lines of code. And then you started realizing the power of programming. And then you started feeling like, oh man, this is superpower thing, right? And it's a superpower, and you can do so many things. You can like, it's a different experience altogether. So the way people, so most of the times people say I'm passionate about this. It might, and when you actually trace back to that question, it might be because they have seen somebody being successful in that, and then they just want to be that, or they might have heard stories from their childhood that they want to be that and all that stuff. So, and when I looked at why I wanted to be an electronics engineer, because I have seen some of my father's students who took up electronics engineering and been successful in life. So mostly, like whenever we think about passion, like we have to question ourselves from where this passion is coming from. So
Your environment also influences a lot.
yeah, your environment, your parents, and your friends, and then or random people that you see on TV, and like everything influences us. But the thing is, like when you're choosing something, the best way, like this is something which this is my life lesson as well, because I was put into computer science, and then I happened to just like work on it a little bit, like give it a little focus, and I started enjoying it. So most of the times, whatever we are passionate about, probably we are already doing it. It is just that we are not spending that much time and effort with it to actually like what do you say, to ignite that fire inside you, right? And also there is another theory. This I read recently somewhere. So you become passionate about a thing only when you are good at it.
Yes, that's so true.
Yeah, you don't become passionate about a thing that you are not good at.
Yes.
So the first thing is, okay, whatever you're doing, try to be good at it, and then see if you're passionate about it or not. So that's like I did not had that theory when I actually learned computer science and programming, but when I look back, yeah, like I was not good at it, and then I kind of hated it. And then when I actually invested time and effort, like I felt really good. And then I thought, yeah, this is my passion. Like I have to do this more and more.
That's a wonderful answer. Coming to the last part, I think I've already taken up too much of your time. How is it different from working in India and working abroad? I don't know how it is working abroad. So,
Okay. So one thing is you will again work with a lot of Indians.
we are everywhere.
So yeah, so sometimes like you have a good amount of Indians here, so you don't feel alienated completely. Okay. So, but one major difference that I found here is people start work very early. So when I initially moved to US, I was in Bismarck, and then I saw people there coming to office at like 6:30 and 7 a.m.
Oh.
and my client was like state government, okay, and then it's like all these are government employees. Imagine like a government employee coming in at 6:30 and 7 a.m. Almost every single day. I have seen that.
Yes.
And then
Yes.
that was a big shift for me because I tend to go out of office by 10:30. Like we leave home by 9, and then the traffic takes us to office by 10:30 or 11, sometimes 12. You never know. And then we go to office, and then you need time to, like, okay, now you're starting the day, go through emails, and by the time you actually start the work, it's like afternoon. And then you end up working late, like you work past midnight and then you come back. So or you come back home and then you connect and then you work past midnight. So that was my trend, like back in India. And then I had no time for anything else. So that is one. But here like we try to start super early. So like even now, even if it takes like 30 minutes or 45 minutes for me to go to office, so I tried going to office, like I used to leave home by 6:30 and then I used to be in office by 7:15. So you get a solid amount of work done in the morning session. And then by evening you are almost done with most of your things that you wanted to achieve in the day. And then if I'm putting additional effort later in the night, it's because I am more passionate. I just want to put in even more. I want to learn something else. So you spend more time. So that has been a major difference.
how much is too much? You said you're passionate and you put in more work, but how much do you think is too much work? What is too much?
How much is too much is a good question. So the first thing is, if you're enjoying it, there's nothing like too much, right? And like
Okay.
so the too much thing and everything comes like when you are not enjoying stuff, and then right, and then it's the theory of relativity. So if you're sitting on a gas stove, you like even 1 second is too much.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
Yes.
So
Yes. Definitely.
so it's this finding that sweet spot where so for me, I find like if I'm doing like the boring work, like that kind of says, okay, I think I've done for the day, it's too much work for me. And or if I'm doing super complex thing where I don't have a clue about what to do, then I feel it's like I am not progressing, and it's probably I'm doing too much. I should take a break, or probably I'm looking at the wrong direction and all. But when there is a balance of the complexity, and then your focus and energy. So then you can keep going for a longer time. And with the baby, with after baby, right, like before baby, and even after my marriage, like I was fortunate enough I could spend like any number of hours I wanted on work, like on my passion projects. So but after baby, now I have to time everything, like I have to finish this much work in this much time, because my baby is going to be up, or I have to like take care of the baby, and then like that whole formula has changed in my life now. So
Yes.
now I try to time everything. But if I'm not finishing something within that time, then I feel like, okay, maybe either I'm not correct, or the whole planning is not correct. Like I have to fix something, and then I try to reiterate on it. So yeah,
Yes.
so and also one more thing is like, uh, the, like that it's too much when you're not actually progressing, but you're just sitting, and then you're feeling busy, but you're actually not making any progress.
Yes, feeling busy and not making progress. Yes. True, true, true. So true. And finally, you are watching my channel, our channel, mine and Venus. So, any feedback for us?
Yeah, so I texted Venu some of the feedbacks that I had. So something I saw with my channel, right? I have about 65 videos maybe right now, overall. What has worked in my YouTube channel is giving straight up value. Like if you see some of my recent videos, or which are doing good, it's like I take a question and then I answer that question. There is nothing like, even some of the people who comment on my channel, it's like, okay, there is absolutely no bullshit. There is nothing about anything. I'm not making them to wait at the end of the video. Like that's the trend in YouTube. Like you make them wait until 9 minutes, and then you have a video which is going beyond 9 minutes. That's good for algorithm and all that stuff. But yeah, so I was like, man, like I don't want to watch a 9 minute video to get my answer. Like if it is a small topic which can be answered in 1 minute, it has to be in 1 minute video. So for me, like I have this video called video about facts and dimensions. So
Okay.
the video about dimensions is about probably 10 minutes, because there are so many dimensions that I'm explaining and giving example for each of it. And then for facts, it was about 2.5 to 3 minutes. So
Okay.
so I and both the videos are doing well. And another thing is, I'm not worried about making money from YouTube. Like
Yes. Yes.
so right
Definitely.
now, like I can't do that, and because I can just do it only as hobby. So so it's like, if you're actually trying to create value, then the best way is just the question should be the title of the video, and then the moment they click on the video, there should be the answer. So that's how I look at it. And then and then the second aspect to it is about life. And so the live videos is almost like, once the viewer starts getting some value out of your video, that means you're answering some of their questions, and then you tell them a little bit about your life. So that kind of that makes them remember you for a longer time. So, and if you're just making a life related videos, people, like in my case, people were not watching it because they don't know me. Like I might be telling a super important thing that has changed my life, but like,
Yes.
hey, like why do I care? So
Yes. Yes.
that has
True.
been
So
the
true.
I've seen like,
Yes.
probably my title would be very intriguing, and they click, and then I don't know this guy, like, and then they drop off. So uh, and they might not even click. But if there is a straight up value, something that they really that can solve their today's problem, then that is something. Like for example, I have a video of how to change your wiper in the car.
Yes. Yes.
Like it's not, it's like a garbage video. Okay, it's like but I was like having
Yeah.
fun. I just did it. We basically got a new gimbal at the time, and then we wanted to test it. And then I was actually changing my car's wiper, and then I told my wife to like hold this gimbal. Let's do this video, and then I made that video, and that is performing really well even today.
Nice.
So because it's not like there is a value in it, like somebody wants to change the car wiper who is hesitant to do it, man, this is like super easy. Even some random guy is doing it, like
Yes.
that helps, like even I can do it. So
Yes. True.
yeah, so that's
Yeah, nice.
that's the two advice. So I would say create more videos that can give like straight up value to your viewers, and second one is like talk a little bit about your life so that they are engaged with you. And for that you have to take like one step back and then think of like to whom are you making the videos. Like I believe in your aspect you are like very clear to 20 to 25-year-old guys like exploring life, so that is your audience. So that's very good, like you have a persona in your mind. So having that persona, and then probably going, like initially when I started I had nothing, like I was just making I didn't know why am I making.
Yeah,
I wanted
because
to
you are enjoying it.
yeah, I wanted to do something, and then I just did it. So that was my whole thing.
So, any parting wisdom from your side? Parting wisdom quote or anything else?
Oh, you're doing good. So keep continuing, and then improve 1% in every video that you do. That is something I have seen your YouTube video quality is going up. So keep going. So we have a long way to go. And quote, I have a quote of my own.
Yes.
Life is an illusion, but still be enthusiastic.
Oh, wow. Okay. By Abhilash Marichi.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good thing to like catch up with people, like, and so again, like staying in the US, you have very limited family and friends here, like because at 30 you change the country, and then you have to build your whole circle again. So so yeah, so it's good to talk to people and meet new people.
Nice. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for considering me for your podcast. Thank you so much.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye.